EMDD is a 2-year master's degree program, and in the first year we focus on 3 main pillars of study. The first is design thinking, which is really a set of strategies that people can use to understand audiences and brainstorm and prototype ideas for addressing the needs of those audiences. Now in EMDD, we are specifically focused in strategic communication and experience design. So we use design thinking to understand audiences and then solve communication problems through cross-platform experiences, which leads us to the second pillar, which is transmedia or cross-platform storytelling. So students also learn about what happens to stories as they cross-platform, what happens to information as it crosses platforms, and how can we build experiences that integrate both physical experiences like live events and exhibitions along with digital experiences like websites and apps and other types of communication, digital communication tools. And then how do you do that in this sort of distributed cross-platform setting? And then finally, if you're going to go through the design thinking process to understand audiences and build large-scale cross-platform experiences, how do you know that what you're building is actually resonating with that audience? So that brings us to the third pillar, which is usability and user experience design. So we teach you the research methods and strategies that you can use to test your ideas with real audiences and then iteratively make improvements to those ideas based on the results of that study. So that's year 1. You learn about all 3 of those things in collaboration with your cohort and your faculty. And then we move into year 2. And year 2 is, I think, what makes EMDD most unique in that year 2 is all project-based. So students are working on 2 main projects during year 2. One is a team project where they're applying what they've learned about design thinking, cross-platform storytelling, and usability user experience design to a project that is real world and in collaboration with some sort of external partner. So in that sense, you really get a practical opportunity to practice the skills that you've learned in a real setting for a real project that, you know, God willing, will see the light of day and will actually be something that gets deployed into the world for a real audience to see. The second project that you work on is your own personal thesis or creative project. And that is, you know, any master's degree program, right? Every master's degree program requires that individual students do some sort of culminating research or creative project. And so students are also working on that in year 2.